Hey guys, how's it going? It's Alex of Coyote Star Astrology, and this is my weekly forecast for the week of August 5th, 2019. And I hope you guys are surviving the last few strange moments of what I'm calling the eclipse hangover or the Mercury post-shadow. As Mercury wades through the last degrees in watery Cancer. We had Mercury at 24 degrees Cancer yesterday. It's at 25 today. And Mercury is in post-shadow. It's retracing its steps. And in this case, because the eclipses happened around these degrees of Cancer, we're sort of tying up loose ends and continuing to reflect on what was stirred up emotionally and externally during eclipse season. And I know that I am, and I think that other astrologers are surprised as well at the impact and the sort of drawn out, delayed depression, to be honest, that this Mercury in Cancer transit has brought forth for a lot of people. I think that there was high hopes for the new moon in Leo. There's a lot of Leo in the chart. We've got the Sun, Venus, Mars, all in Leo. I think that there was high hopes and there was some positivity that came in during that new moon. Let's be honest. There was. Things did feel better. There was some glimmers of opportunity, some increased vitality, a light at the end of the tunnel, but we're still kind of in the tunnel. I'm just going to be honest. I sort of think of that eclipse as this like mossy, dark lake, and we're swimming to shore. We're actually now walking to shore. I would say we're like waist deep right now. We're so close to being to shore, and every day as we get closer to mid-August, we're taking a step and the water level is going down. But right now we're still like waist deep. We're still tying up loose ends. We're still reflecting. And because Mercury is still in Cancer, there has been this nostalgic longing for maybe something we can't even quite put our finger on, or still a lot of emotions that are surfacing. That was kind of a traumatic eclipse for a lot of people, myself included. And I think that there's still a lot of integration happening. And because there is so much Leo in the chart, what I see really happening right now is very clear indications of where we are falling short of our highest potential, mostly due to our fears and insecurities. Because with that contrast we have going on right now with everything in Leo, but then Mercury still in Cancer and post-shadow, our blind spots, our limitations, our shortcomings, our fears, our wounds are being pretty starkly contrasted by all of that Leo potential. So this is still a time of integration, a time of reflection, and I'm just going to say it. I think that some of us are dealing with decisions that we made during the eclipse, aftershocks of the eclipse. A lot of people around me personally actually did return to previous relationships, which is interesting, but I also think makes a lot of sense in their defense, because this Mercury retrograde was in Cancer, so it brought up a lot of nostalgia for the past, and it also brought up security issues. So some people, I think, were thinking about the past. Some people may have even returned to the past in some way. But now as Mercury is preparing to go into Leo on August 11th, there are some things that aren't matching who we want to be, that are now, even into these later degrees of Cancer, are really having to be looked at and dealt with. So it's interesting. It's this moment of we might be missing the past or an aspect of our youth or the way we used to be. But Leo season is calling, and Leo wants you as you are today in your highest potential, not how you were or how you could have been or whatever. So as Mercury's been going through these last degrees of Cancer, it's been emotional. It's been nostalgic. It's been sentimental. It's like that feeling you get when you listen to an old song that has all of these memories attached to it. I've been doing that a lot. And it's confusing, and yeah, I think it's just a necessary part of this process because, as I said, more than ever, it's really showing us places that we really need to let go, no matter how hard that is when it comes to the past and nostalgia, but also where our insecurities are limiting us, where our lack of self-love is really limiting us at this point. So when is it going to get better? Well, actually, very shortly after this video, it should start to feel better and better and better, because Wednesday the 7th, we will have the Sun conjunct Venus, trining Jupiter as it's slowing down, getting very powerful to turn direct on August 11th. August 11th is a big day. Mark it in your calendar, get a little highlighter, put a star around it or whatever. August 11th is a big day, and I've been talking to my clients about this day for months because not only will Mercury enter Leo, back into the first degrees of Leo where it was when it went retrograde beginning of July, but Jupiter is going direct. And Jupiter is like arguably our favorite guy, right? He's the planet of expansion and adventure, growth, opportunity, luck, abundance, joy. And he's been really limited because he's been retrograde since April 10th, 11th, beginning of April. So he's been retrograde since spring. So our favorite guy has been like inhibited in some way, not allowing us to fully expand. And because it's Jupiter and Sag, this has a lot to do with our life path, our highest calling, our highest truth. So with Jupiter retrograde, you want to look at your chart and find out where he's been retrograde, because that's been the area of life where truth hasn't been fully revealed until this moment, approaching very quickly on the 11th. It's very exciting. And we have to also remember that this has a lot to do with truth, because when Jupiter goes direct on the 11th, he's going to also activate that square to Neptune. Neptune at 18 degrees, which has been retrograde in Pisces, the planet of illusion, deception, confusion, lies. So with Neptune making that square to Jupiter this whole year, really, since April, we've been in this really weird place of not fully being able to see the truth, not fully being able to access this higher calling to truth. And when Jupiter goes direct, he's going to kind of free himself from the cobwebs of that weird transit. So I think August 11th is a big day as well, because we're going to see that truth crystallize a little bit, or doors are going to fly open, opportunities are going to start flooding in. Frankly, all this week from Wednesday on, we should start to feel that energy with the trine between the Sun, Venus, and Jupiter, of really starting to expand and burst through the shadows of Cancer and our self-limiting behaviors, belief systems, programming towards that highest potential that is really waiting for us on the other side of that direct movement on August 11th. A lot of this has to do with travel and movement, because Jupiter in Sag is all about travel. So people might start to feel inclined to take a trip or start to see some kind of opportunity that's related to their true calling suddenly make itself known. But until then, I think we're still kind of integrating over the next week or so until Mercury enters Leo. And when Mercury enters Leo, we are going to have quite the Leo lineup. We're going to have the Sun, Mercury, Mars, Venus, all in Leo. So you really want to know what part of your chart Leo rules, because that's where all of this fire is concentrated. And this is a moment not to be missed. As far as astrology is concerned, we don't have this kind of opportunity, fire, potential, and excitement that we're going to see over the next couple of weeks. We don't have this kind of energy for a long time. After this is over, this month of August, and going into fall, things start to slow down. They start to become more dense, more somber. I told you guys, leading up to that eclipse in January, which is really intense and shit's going to get really real, when Pluto and Saturn start to make that close conjunction in Capricorn, things are going to be a lot more limited, and we're not going to have as much wiggle room as we do right now. So I know a lot of other astrologers are saying this too. This is a really incredible moment of opportunity to treat yourself right and give yourself the opportunity that you deserve while we have all of this energy. So if you want to reach out to me for a reading, we can look at where all this Leo is in your chart. We can look at where Jupiter is going direct in your chart, where Saturn and Pluto will go direct in the fall. We can come up with a little game plan for you for the next however many months it is. Wow, not that many more until the end of the year. So yeah, really, really important time period right now, you guys. We will also have Uranus go retrograde on the 11th, which is interesting because that's some more of this kind of electric spark for this day, August 11th. Big day. And I have some exciting news for you guys, actually. I'm going to put the link somewhere right here. I made a website over the last few days. So I have a place now where you guys can go, follow this link, and check out what it is that I offer. If you want to click on the tab once you get there that says book a reading, that will bring you to my readings menu, and you can read through the descriptions and the pricing of everything that I offer. And you can book through that website. So that's exciting. I have a lot planned for that space. I want to do retreats. I want to do webinars. I want to do a blog. But for now, you can just go see what I offer. And on that note, if there's anything that you guys would like to have a webinar about or a blog subject, feel free to leave it in the comment section of this video because I really want to curate it to what you guys want to hear about. Yeah, I think I'll end it there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you in my next video, which I'm really excited about. I'm going to do it pretty soon because I want to get it out before the full moon in Aquarius. So my next video will be about the full moon in Aquarius, so look out for that. And again, if you guys would like to reach out for a reading, check out my website and we can book it. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I will see you next week.